Today, I'm going to show you exactly how I built 6 SEO tools in under an hour and how I did it using AI and simple tools that anyone can access. You'll see the entire process from start to finish, including how these tools can drive real traffic and leads to your business. If you don't know who I am, my name is Chris M. Walker, and I've built multiple 7- and 8-figure businesses, including Legiit.com and Superstar SEO. So whether you're an agency, owner, freelancer, or just getting started in SEO, this is how you can build your own suite of tools that actually provide value to people. Before we dive in, let me quickly show you why you should care about this. Now, I've spent the last 10 years in SEO and digital marketing, building businesses that actually help people succeed online. This is Legiit.com, a B2B growth engine and freelance marketplace that I built over the last 7 years that's done over 8 figures in sales, led to thousands of success stories of business owners growing and scaling their businesses, as well as freelancers achieving financial freedom through the services they provide. And this is Superstar SEO, where we've helped thousands of businesses and other SEOs grow and scale their SEO business strategy and so on, and have done multiple millions of dollars of sales in SEO services, training, software, and consulting, and grew one of the largest SEO communities on Facebook. But here's what's really exciting. The tools that we're building today, these are the exact types of tools that helped grow these businesses. And I'm going to show you how to do it step by step in ways that were never available to me when I was growing my businesses. Okay, so here's what we're going to cover. First, I'm going to show you how to use AI to generate the initial code and structure for these tools. I say use AI because if you're anything like me, you don't know how to code. Every once in a while, people will ask me if I was the one that coded Legiit and built Legiit or any of the other softwares that I offer. And I laugh at them and say, if I was responsible for that, they would still say hello world, which is the first thing they teach you in computer programming school, which I know because I have a degree in computer programming and still don't know how to code. Okay, so what we're going to be building today are simple tools like meta tag generators, keyword density checkers, and a few more. Then we'll look at how to customize and brand them so they actually look and feel professional and not just another generic tool that nobody will ever use that because it just looks like garbage. After that, I'll show you how to deploy them so people can actually use them. And most importantly, how to integrate them into your existing business to drive a real value. So this is what we're going to be building today, 10 functional SEO tools that you can use to help your clients or grow your own business. And the best part, we're going to do it all in under an hour. So let's get started. But here's a few that I have made recently with AI in the same way that we're going to be doing that today. I built a ROAS calculator. If you don't know what ROAS means, it means return on ad spend. Basically, it tells you how much money you made from your ad. So you just put in, I spent $1,000 and I made $10,000. Calculate your ROAS. And it gives you some cool information, right? It gives you your percent, how much you generated for every dollar you spent, some benchmarks, your ROI, your profit margin, your cost per acquisition, and the averages and some other things. You can export it, you can share it, so on. Pretty cool tool. It took me about an hour to make that one. This one is more in depth, and most of these have now been added to Legiit itself. But this one is a bunch of SEO tools, and that's at legittools.com. And you just go to that. And I'm not going to demonstrate these because there's too many, but I'll just show you one. And you can just click on this, and it gives you some information. You can put in a number of pages, page links to key pages, or you can just load the sample data, and it'll give you an internal linking analysis of your site. And I built this site with AI, and it took me about 6 hours. There's that one. And then this one I built earlier this week. This is a file converter. So you can just add a picture, and you can it's a JPEG. You can convert it to a PNG or a PDF or whatever. You can change the quality of it, preserve the aspect ratio, and convert the file, save it, and so on. And then you can see your history and then how many you've done and stuff. So those are a few I've built recently, and you can see the value in these, right? These are cool tools. You can also put them on your website and have them attract links to your site and so on. So what I'm going to do today is build something else live. All right. So I assume everybody is familiar with ChatGPT. If you're not, let's be honest, we all are. So I don't know what kind of tool I want to build today. So we're going to ask ChatGPT. I would like to build a simple tool that doesn't require server-side processing and can run in a browser. Something like a keyword difficulty calculator or similar, but not that. can you please give me, let's say, 10 ideas? And I know you would likely have your own ideas, but I want to show you what you can do if you want to make something and you're in the mood to make something and you just don't know what. So I wanted to show you that. So let's go ahead and chat. I was going to say search. PJ says someone was charging $3.97 to show what you're showing right now. Thanks for this, Chris. Oh, thank you. That's good to know that I can undercut someone and Alex Formosi my way into some value. Now, what we're going to do to build it is we're going to use a tool called Bolt.new. This is a tool that builds AI or builds apps with AI, and that's what we're going to be using. Now, it's not as simple as it sounds. It seems like you could just go build me a Shopify clone and it would work. It doesn't, it's not there yet. But it can build some cool shit. So what I like to do is use ChatGPT to write the prompts for it. I literally use AI to build AI. And how cool is that, right? I would like to build a site in Bolt.new that makes all of these tools available on one page. I'm not going to get fancy and add a second page because that adds quite a bit of dev time to do that. Please build a one-page site that will have all 10 tools on the homepage in a grid format similar to technical, and it helps to give it a reference. You don't have to. Please start by creating the page, but not the tools themselves. If you try to do too much at once, it gets confused. That's why I do that. I will add them one at a time. Create a Bolt.new prompt to achieve this. Search, or I guess. So I don't want code. I want a prompt for Bolt.new to do it. Sometimes you have to hit AI over the head a little bit. All right. So now we're going to take and copy this prompt and come over to Bolt.new, paste. Hopefully it works. It was acting up earlier. So what it's doing now is going through, reading the prompt that we gave it and building out the initial site. So this takes, sometimes it can take, it depends on the complexity, obviously, but sometimes it can take quite some time. Other times it happens quickly. And sometimes it doesn't work the first time too. All right. That's pretty much it for that part. Now, the next thing we want to do is to start generating the tools. So we're going to come back over here to this prompt and we'll just start at the top, meta tag generator. Now create a Bolt.new prompt to create the meta tag generator. You might be wondering why I do these all one at a time. If you try to do too many things at once in Bolt, it gets all kinds of confused. I want to use the meta tag generator on the site we built in the last prompt. Please give me a Bolt.new prompt to add the meta tag generator to that site. So let's copy that. And we're going to paste that into Bolt.new. See, it does shit like that sometimes too that you didn't ask it to, like remove all the others. So hopefully as we go through and add the others, it'll put them back. But anyway, Legiit marketplace, SEO marketplace, the greatest website for SEO in the history of the world. And then we click generate meta tags. And there we go. So that's our first tool. You can just copy that. Copy it to clipboard. I don't get how that's very helpful, but you know, meta name, meta keywords, content. All right. So there's that. If we wanted to make that more functional, we could, but let's move on to the next tool. Next one is a title length checker. Now give me a Bolt.new prompt for the title length checker that will go on the same site where we are already building. Hopefully this doesn't remove the other one. Copy, paste. Will just to be sure. Do not remove other tools from the grid. Oh, and we got our first error, which is good. I was hoping we would get one eventually. Syntax error. So you have a few things you can do. Sometimes you can just click attempt fix and that will work. Why it doesn't just do that in the first place, I don't know. But anyway, hey, and it put them all back. So that still works. Try tool. This is the title I am going to use. How many characters does it have? So once it gets too many, there you go. It's kind of like the thing in your SEO plugins that tells you how long it is. So there you go. That can help you with that. Pretty simple, right? All right, let's go on to the next one. Keyword density checker. Now create a Bolt.new prompt for the keyword density checker that will be added to the same site we are working on. We're going to copy that, paste that into Bolt. Do not remove any other tools from the grid. That says keyword research and not keyword density. We'll fix that in a minute. I mean, this would have taken, these are pretty simple tools, but this would have still taken what we've done in 20 minutes would have taken hours. And it's just insane to me. And there's a bunch of other tools that do this now too. There's V0, there's Tailwind, there's Cursor. Oh, and we got a problem, a syntax error. I think it's the same one. Attempt fix. I mean, look at how much code it's written already for a simple app like this. All right. And look at that. It even changed the title. So let's make sure these two still work. That's something I recommend before you deploy is to check everything still works because sometimes shit breaks. Under text, keywords, Myrtle Beach, SEO. Check density. Yeah, that one doesn't work. I wonder if it's because it's one word. If not, that gives us a chance to show off how we troubleshoot. Yeah, that's why. Please allow for keywords to be multiple words instead of just one word or the keyword density tool. See, sometimes you have to, do a little bit of thinking as well. It's not, it is kind of a magic button, but it's not completely a magic button. So let's try that again. Check density. There we go. 5 times 0.45 density. How easy was that? All right. Next up, we'll just follow this order. The backlink analyzer. That was one of them, right? Now I'll make a bolt.new prompt. You can get this done even faster if you know how to type for the same site we are working on. Enter. I don't actually know how this is going to work, but we'll see. So we'll copy that over to bolt.new. This gets a little repetitive, but and pow. Same error. Interesting. All right. So that's the rich snippet preview. And I think the description is the same thing. Preview snippet. Look at that. That's really cool. That's actually something I've needed in the past. So I'm glad that we brought this. That's really helpful because, that's really important for your click-through rate and just how people will see your site in the search engine. That's really badass, actually. Next up, number 5 is the redirect chain checker. I don't even know what that is. Now make a bolt.new prompt for the redirect chain checker tool for the same site we have been building. What's funny is I don't even read these prompts. I have no idea what it says in them. All right, so let's copy that. Go over to bolt.new. We want to bet we get that same error again. Something broke. The site isn't loading. I am just getting a white screen. Can you fix it, please? See, sometimes stuff happens and you have to tell it nicely to fix it. Sometimes you have to tell it a bunch of times to try the same thing over and over again. Hopefully this is an easy fix though. If not, we may just skip this tool because it seems like it's going to be. Oh, there we go. All right. So try tool. One thing I notice with sites like this, if they don't have the exact amount of text for each one, it makes the buttons uneven and it drives me nuts. So that's something we may or may not try to fix later. What I'm going to do is get a link that I know is redirected. So give me 1 second. Assuming this does what I think a redirect chain checker tool does. I might be totally wrong. I don't know. superstarseo.com/parasite, which is a pretty link, status 200. I have no idea what that means. I assume that would be useful for somebody that would use a redirect chain checker tool. So let's just move on. All right. Next up is canonical tag validator. Chat. That's a long one. That's what she said. All right. Let's copy that. Go over to Bolt. I don't know. I feel like a sorcerer whenever I do this. Oh, and it did remove some of the tools. What the fuck? Sometimes it just goes off on its own and you have to rein it in. That's why I told you to validate everything before you deploy it. Although that's not as big a deal as it used to be. Please leave the tools grid as it is and just add this one. Come on, don't break. Where is it? Replace the backlinks analyzer tool in the grid with this tool. Am I being dumb? Is it just not putting it there? This tool is not showing in the grid. Please add it there. This is when it starts getting a little irritating. Oh, there we go. I don't know how to use a canonical tag validator, but I guess that works. This is, it's not perfect. And I'm glad that we're running into these because it was almost going too smooth. All righty. Next up. Please add it at position 7 in the grid in place of what is there. It's funny how it like loses track and you have to like start changing that up. I don't have this ready, but I assume that this would work. You analyze your HTML heading structure by putting in the HTML code. I think we can assume that that's going to work. All right. Number 8. This chat's getting pretty long. Alt text checker. I'm glad we didn't try to do an advanced tool because it's already been an hour. Alrighty. Add it to the grid in position 8 in place of what is there now. And when we get done, we'll talk about ways that you can like monetize stuff like this. Because obviously this is fun and everything, but I don't know about you, but I want to make money. I always try to do my, what's the dude from Shark Tank? Kevin O'Leary impression when I do that. Make money. And same error as always. Alrighty. Alt text checker. Paste. Check alt text. One image found. And it finds the alt text. So I guess the goal there, I don't really see how that would be useful, to be honest. All right. So that's that. I don't really get how that tool would be useful, but you know, maybe I'm just missing the use case. I don't know how to code for shit. And we've built something here in about less than an hour by basically copy and pasting. Put it at position 9 in the grid in place of what is there. You guys don't think that you can only build sites like this. Like use your imagination. And it doesn't have to be SEO tools either. Internal link counter. If I had time, I would redo this and like have somebody that rely on copying HTML. See, now that's pretty useful, right? That's a pain in the butt that you have to get the HTML code. If I was going to spend more time on this, I would make it so it could read the links. But that's still pretty badass. 91 internal links, 92 or 42 external links. Pretty cool. Last one. And then we got a few other bells and whistles to add, and we'll be done. Last one. Let's go to number 10. Page load time estimator. We'll jump down here. Copy. Go over to Bolt. Paste. Please add it at position 10 in the grid in place of what is there. Yep, same error. You think it would learn. Also, we lost the hero section at the top, didn't we? We'll fix that in a minute. I don't really know what it's asking me for here. All right. I guess that's kind of cool. All right, whatever. All right, so that's it. We've added our 10 tools. We've lost some features, so we got to do a little bit of housekeeping. First of all, remove the competitor analysis tool from the grid without removing anything there is there now. Restore the hero section and the header with the gradient it originally had. These design changes scare me because sometimes they wreck the whole thing. All right, that's not bad. I don't really like the formatting. Move by Legiit to the same line as SEO tool suite. See, this happens sometimes. And what I do when that happens is I just take this and I paste it into here. I don't know. I don't really like it not being all in white, but whatever. All right, restore the footer without removing anything that is there right now. There we go. All right, now let's clean up the footer a little bit. Remove about tools and contact from the quick links section and add a link for support that links to Legiit.support. Remove the current social icons and replace them with Facebook, X, YouTube, and Instagram. In the copyright, in the footer, update, let's see, add a link to and use the anchor text. So one thing that you always have to do, and it's important, I found this out the hard way. You don't have to do it. You can do it later, of course. You have to set like the title and the page title and the meta title, meta description as well. You have to do that manually. So of course you would want to make those different and better, like optimized, but I'm just doing this for brevity's sake. Reduce the font size of by Legiit text in the hero. That's fine. And then one more thing we want to do, add a button below the tool grid that, and above the header or the footer, and above the footer that says, if you need help with your SEO, visit Legiit.com today and have it link to, oh geez, all that for one button. Please don't break anything. Kind of wish we had 2 more tools, but I don't feel like making 2 more. But we'll just leave it like that for now. And then maybe what I'll do is I'll just go back and add 2 more later so it looks a little more appealing. Now, I'm not going to do it, but one thing I would do if I was, if we were not doing this live, I would add a line break after the text on these that have one line, because you see how the try tool button isn't quite perfectly lined up. That's just one thing I would do. And I would probably add like terms and privacy policy, but let me jump on camera. And again, this is not the sexiest looking site. It's not even the nicest one that I've built, in my opinion. I think this is the best looking one that I've built, but it's pretty cool for an hour's work. And it's more to show you the potential than it is this actual specific tool. All right, let's go ahead and deploy. So when you're all done, I do recommend you go through and make sure nothing broke. I'm just going to click these real quick. I'm not going to test them. If I was trying to do this, like, for something to sell, I would test them. But sometimes these things do break. This is annoying. I wish I could click out of it without having to click the X. But I'm afraid to do that right now because I think it would break just about everything. That works. That works. That works. All right, let's go ahead and deploy. So when you're ready to deploy, you click deploy. This almost always gives me an error the first time. I've never seen this happen before, so that's good. There we go. All right, now it should show up here. There we go. Okay. Now what you do is you click on this, and I don't know what the hell happened there. But anyway, we click on this. Your site is deployed. So that part was what we just did. Now we want to set up a custom domain, assuming we want to put this on a website. And just so while we're on the subject, what you could also do for those of you that do SEO is, instead of putting this on a new site, is add these tools to your existing site. And they don't have to be SEO tools. If you were a contractor, you could add them to that tool. And then they will just share them, and they will attract links to your site because people want to link to shit like that, right? And then you can even go out and do some research and find sites that would benefit from having a calculator, and you can just ask them to link to it because it'd be useful to their audience, things like that. So this is a way you can use these to attract a bunch of links to your site too. And that's kind of why I built them into Legiit. In fact, before we do that, you might notice up here, we have a whole bunch of these on Legiit already. And that's why, is to hope to do that. So, all right, so we're going to set up a custom domain, verify, register now for $11.99. All right, and then what you're going to do is verify the DNS configuration. Retry. Sometimes it takes a minute or two. There we go. Now, this takes a few minutes, but we're going to, just to show you, you'll click for revision and certificate. It won't do that. It'll take a few minutes for it to be able to do that. Okay, that means that it's probably done. So what we're going to do is refresh. All right, now we have SSL. So I forget, this should be live. So let's open it. There we go. Free SEO tools. So we built that website in like an hour and a half, and that was with me walking you through how to do it. And we built with 10 different tools. That's so different ways you can monetize this, right? First of all, like I said, one of the coolest things you can do is just go embed it on your existing website, like we have done on Legiit. You come up here to tools and to SEO tools. You can see we already have a bunch of these on here, and I haven't SEO optimized these yet, but the whole point of this is to attract other links from people that need an internal linking tool or whatever. So it has a lot of SEO value if you want to build like simple tools. And then another thing you can do, where'd it go, is go over to sites like Flippa, which is a marketplace where you can sell sites basically, and you can just list it here, and you can get a free valuation, or you can just kind of go in and look at some of them and see what something similar is going for. SEO tools. And to be honest, this one that we built probably wouldn't go for a whole lot. The different filters, and just kind of figure it out, or do the valuation. Another one is, and you can see some of these, obviously you're not going to get that much for what we just built, but you could probably get a few $100 for it. See, this is something similar to that. It's in a different niche, similar concept, right? It's just for text, and he's asking for $110. He'll probably get more than that. That you can use sites like this. You can use, what's another one? Empire Flippers. This is the same thing, right? This is a site that sells sites. So you can just list it. Let's go SEO tools. Yeah, I mean, you get the idea. Figure out the pricing on that. And then one more that you can do, and I don't really like this site, but it's relevant, is acquire.com. It's internet marketer shit that makes everything difficult to like go and browse. And that's why I don't like it. See what I mean? It's just a shit experience. I follow the owner on Twitter. He's not a bad guy, but he's definitely an internet marketer first, in my experience. So all listings. You can see some of these are going for pretty good price. Some of them not so much. You see, this was just not a good experience on the site, in my opinion. But AI SEO writer that automatically generates and optimizes long form content, AI writing assistant. Yeah, but this is basically what Adam just showed us, right? An AI SEO writer. I mean, you have to still use ChatGPT, but asking price, 400 grand. Yeah, that's, so that was Flippa, Empire Flippers, Acquire, and there's probably others. You can sell directly as well, or you can list your SaaS on Legiit, or you can offer to do this for someone on Legiit as well as like a custom order or whatever. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. And, again, I don't want you to get too, and nobody seems to be doing that, so that's good, but I don't want you to get too hung up on what we actually built today. You can build something much cooler with this. My partner, Jim, built something for his puppy business, for example. I won't show it because I didn't get his permission. And there you have it. Multiple functional SEO tools built in under an hour. Now, you might be thinking, this is great, but what do I do with these tools? Well, you can use them to add value to your existing services, meaning that you can provide them for your customers and add value to them just by giving them free tools. You can generate leads for your business, and that's might be a little bit vague, but you can put them behind in a squeeze page, which is a page that captures somebody's email, and then they get all these tools for free. And you can use them to attract links to your website because people will want to link to these free resources from their blog posts and from their other sites, which will help your SEO and help your website get seen, and therefore bringing in more leads. Or you can even sell them as standalone products, whether it's to a private individual, or you can use sites like Flippa or Empire Flippers or acquire.com to actually sell them and make a profit for something that you built for free in, a short amount of time. Use your imagination. The possibilities are endless. And remember, this is just the beginning. Once you understand this process, you can build tools for any niche or any problem. This was just a little sample to show you what was possible and get you used to some of these tools. Now, if you found this helpful, do me a favor and subscribe for more practical tips on building and growing your online business. And drop a comment below if you have any questions. I'll read and respond to every single one of them in the first 24 hours. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.